Hello, beautiful soul, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is B, and I am a creative. So today I'm going to be taking you guys through a pattern that I made of this crochet outfit with this inspiration picture. I'm making this outfit for a friend and she is going to be wearing it to an upcoming rave, and she really wanted me to recreate this outfit for her. So throughout this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this. It's not going to be a step-by-step tutorial, so if you're looking for more in-depth information on how I created this pattern, leave me a comment below so that I can go in and I can maybe help you clarify whatever it was that maybe I didn't go too in depth with for you guys. But I didn't want to make a full tutorial vlog because these are custom orders. I change and edit them as the process continues. Within the video, one of the first things that I do is I create the skirt portion, which I had a certain design set out, but once I had crocheted it, I realized that I needed to alter it a little bit and I had to remove some squares. So just keep in mind that this is not a full tutorial. It's just how I pieced together an outfit for one of my friends. So I just wanted to come on here and give you guys that little disclaimer because it's not a full walkthrough. It is just me taking you through the motions of creating this piece, and in hopes that you can recreate this piece for yourself, for your business, for a friend, however you're going to be utilizing this video. I hope that it gives you a little overview brief on how you can recreate this art yourself so that it can custom fit your body or whomever you're making it for. All right, guys, so let's get into this video and let me show you guys how I created this crochet outfit for my friend. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Hive. My name is B and this is my cozy art space. So if you clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to see how I made this amazing outfit for my friend for a festival. So I'm going to be documenting the whole entire journey. I currently have not created it. We went to Walmart and we went to Hobby Lobby. At Walmart, we got some peaches and cream yarn. And then from Hobby Lobby, we just got one color, but we really like the neon green. And this is the Crafter's Secret Cotton. Let's get right into this journey and start crocheting. I think I'm going to start with the skirt first. Also, this is not going to be a tutorial. This is going to be a walkthrough vlog. I'm just going to walk you through how I did it, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer all of them in as best detail as I can to make sure that you can recreate this pattern on your own if you choose to. To start, essentially what I did was I just created a magic circle, and I'm going to be putting 8 single crochets in the center of the circle. I'm going to slip stitch into the first one, and then that'll be it for the center of my daisies. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make myself a stack of little circles, and then we'll be working on the daisy portion. Update on how the progress is going. I made pretty much all the little circles that I'm going to need for the skirt daisies, and then I started going ahead and making the daisies themselves. I think I might just do 2 more daisies because this will be the back of the skirt, and then these will be the front of the skirt. I also found this daisy pattern online, so I'm going to link the daisy pattern that I'm using. So basically just the circle, the flowers, and then the square. I believe they only do 1 round in the video. Yeah, I believe they only do 1 round in the video for the square, but I'm obviously going to be adding more onto that and I will show you the process. But for the beginning starter of the daisy, I will link it below if you are interested in the full video, but I am going to give you guys a quick little walkthrough on how to do it. Like I said, to start out your daisy, you're just going to be making a magic circle and doing 8 single crochets within it, and then you're going to slip stitch it together. Okay, so I just finished one daisy. Hey guys, so I have pretty much finished every single square that I need to make for the skirt portion of this project. And because of that, I wanted to walk you through the very last square that I have to make and show you guys how I made these so that you can make them yourself. And then we will get into the rest of this pattern. So to start off, we made our magic circle and we did, I believe, 8 single crochets in here. And I linked the original pattern in the description below. What I like to do is I like to take the yellow and then pull through the white yarn, tighten your yellow yarn, and then chain up 3. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into the same stitch or the stitch right here. I yarn over, place it through the stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go into the same hole, the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and you're gonna yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and now you're gonna have 3 little clusters here and then 1 right here, and then you're going to pull through all of them and chain 2. And so taking a look at our original square, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals total. So you're gonna yarn over, and in the next stitch, you're gonna do, instead of 3, you're gonna pull up 4. So yarn over, go in the same stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the same stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, go in the same stitch, pull through 2, and then you should have a total of 5 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters. Pull through all 5 and chain 2. All right. Now, sometimes they do get like squished in there, so you can pull your little clusters and do the same thing. So yarn over, go through the stitch, pull 1 up, pull through 2, yarn over, go in the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull it up, pull through 2, and do that 4 times until you have a total of 5 loops on the hook and 4 clusters in your stitch. Pull through, chain 2, do it again, yarn over, and I will see you at the end because this is just gonna be repeating. Once you come to the end of your flower, I'm still going to chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain 3 that we did at the very beginning. Pull through. And then I'm going to fasten it off and completely finish it. We're gonna go in with our first color, purple. So what I like to do, this is a little bit different than the pattern that I linked below, is I go in right next to the one that I just fastened off with that chain 2. Then I'm going to tie a knot. Right here. Take it and pull up a loop. So when you have it right here, put your hook through and pull up a loop. Then you're going to chain 3. And then in this corner, you're gonna make this a corner, so you're gonna do 2 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 3 and do 3 more double crochets in the same hole. It should look like this when you're done. Then in the next space in between the petals, you're going to do 3 double crochets. In the next corner, you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then 3 more double crochets. And that is going to be your pattern for the corners. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do 3 double crochets. So starting here, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet in the next one, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Now the next corner, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Then we'll do another 3 double crochet here, then another corner of 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then in the last one, 3 double crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain right here. And then I will meet back up with you for the next color. Okay, now once you have slip stitched into your 3rd stitch, you're going to take your next color. I cut off my yarn, and you're going to loop it in, tighten the purple, and then chain 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to now go into the corner with a chain 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and we'll do this together for one corner. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. Then in each space, right here and right here, you're only going to do 3 double crochets. And then in the corner, you'll do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And so I'll meet back with you at the next corner. So this is what our pattern looks like so far. We have our corner done with our 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. And then it's self-explanatory, 3 double crochets in each cluster, and when you get to the corner, you'll make a corner, which is 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. I'm tired of saying it, so I will see you at the next color. Now that I've done the last 3 double crochets, we make it to our last chain 3, so you're going to do 2 double crochets in this one. And then you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain and cut your yarn. My next color is going to be this green, and I'm going to do pretty much what I did for the last one, except essentially the reason we chained 3 and went around and then did 2 more double crochet was because this one ended right on this cluster, whereas this chain ended right on the 3rd cluster right here. So we can just go in, we can chain 3 and then go in and put 2 double crochets. So when you have your blue on the hook, you're going to take the green, pull it through, tighten the blue, and then chain 3. And then right here, you're gonna do 2 double crochet. Then in the corner, same thing, 3 double crochet. Chain 3, 3 more double crochet. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 1, 2, 3 clusters of 3 double crochet. So 3, 3, and 3. And then in the corner, you'll do the same thing, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and do that all the way around. So I will meet you when we get back to the end. Now that I've made it to the end of my green, you can see that it is right above the very first 3 cluster instead of over here. So I'm going to pull through my yellow, tighten the green, chain 3. You're going to make 3 double crochets right in this corner. Or right in this spot. 3 double crochets after your chain 3, and then it's a corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. In every single opening, you're gonna do 3 double crochets alone, and then repeat the corner pattern. I will meet back with you at the end. All right, now for the very last portion, you have your chain 3 in an open space. So you're going to do 2 double crochets, and then in your chain 3 on the 3rd chain, you're gonna slip stitch into that and then cut your yarn. And we're gonna grab our last color. Go ahead and pull your yarn through the yellow or your last color, tighten your last color, and chain 3. Now, because you are on the last chain 3 of a bundle and you have an open space right there, you're gonna just do 2 double crochets right here. Then in your next space, 3 double crochets. And then of course your chain 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And then in each space, you're just gonna do 3 double crochets, and then obviously your corner, and I will meet back up with you at the end. And once you finish your square, cut your yarn and tie it off. And then what you can do is I like to go back and I like to tie all of my tails together that were close to each other, and that'll just help keep them from unraveling. And if you want to go a step further, you can also add a little dab of fabric glue. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is pouring so hard outside right now. So I'm gonna open a window just because I love the smell of the fresh rain. Also, it kind of lures the cats in here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to piece this skirt together. And how I'm gonna start is I'm going to take these panels. They each have a little tail from the very top, and I'm gonna kind of put them together. And I'm going to do This is gonna be the front of the skirt, and then I'm gonna do 3 on the back, and then it's just gonna be 2 rows. So it's gonna be a total of 6 panels. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 pieces and put them face to face, and we're going to clip the corners. So I like to take these little guys, get a couple of them out, clip one corner, clip the other corner, and now you have these 2 connected, and then we're gonna do the other one as well. And this is just something I like to do whenever I work with granny squares. You don't have to do it this way, but especially when I'm doing tutorials, it just makes it a little bit easier. So this is going to be the first top panel, and now I'm going to alternate it, and I'm going to add the bottom panel. So we're gonna do that real quick. Okay, so as you can see, I have like purple in the corner and then in the center, and then, yeah. So this is gonna be kind of the skirt in the front. But honestly, she does kind of have a small waist, so maybe I'll make even less, honestly. But essentially, this is how I start it whenever I'm trying to create a skirt or something, or whenever I'm trying to make bottoms. So I'm gonna play with this, and then I will come back with the final design that I'm gonna start crocheting together. I'm back with the skirt, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew it together. I did leave, I'm gonna turn this around for you. I left a gap right here. And what this gap is gonna do is I'm going to... Hey friends, quick interruption because I have a critique that I want to share with you guys on this video really quickly. So if you are watching this and you are creating this in real time with me right now, which is something that I do whenever I follow tutorials, I wanted to let you know that the girl that I'm making this custom for is about the same size as me and has a similar build. So once I had done this structure that I just showed you guys, where I had a little space in the middle, once I had fully crocheted the whole entire thing, I mean, not the whole thing, once I had connected all of the squares to themselves, I realized that this was gonna be way too big, even if I made it a corset lace back. And the reason that I've done this is because in the past, I've used smaller granny squares and created skirts and pants, and to make sure that it fit the person or was able to be adjustable, I made that hole in the back, and then I would always just put a corset area there by removing one of the granny squares, which helps make it more adjustable. Now I actually went with a whole entire different style this time. Instead, I did not do an adjustable corset piece. I just did a waist that was similar to mine, maybe a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to add a belt to it, and I'm just going to crochet a little belt that you can tie around your waist, and then it'll be adjustable to the custom order size that I'm making for my friend. But I just wanted to put that out there, just give you guys a little tidbit really quickly, because that is not what I did, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the skirt. This is how the skirt turned out, except I did have a little change in it. The front stayed the same, so you have the different colors, and then when you get to the hips, all I did was add one little row and then put it together, so you can see like there's 2 purple and 2 orange touching each other on the back. But then on the front, you have the cute little pattern, and then this is going to be essentially where the hips go. At the top of the skirt, I did this little pattern, which I will talk you guys through in a later clip. And then I also crocheted myself a little belt, which will be able to weave in and out of these holes so that it can sit on her hips, and then she can tie it as tight as she needs. So in the next clips, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out all of the information on the skirt design that I was working on, because it's not what I made, but I am going to keep in some parts on how I pieced it together. So if the skirt's looking a little wonky or a little different than the finalized product, it's just because I am trying to make sure that you get all the little details on how I pieced it together, and then how I sewed these squares in particular together. So yeah, just bear with me, because I had a vision in mind, and while the vision was good in theory, it just didn't execute the way that I wanted it to. So This is the back of my skirt, and right here is where like the big cutout area is. I am going to start right in the corner here, and I'm going to start stitching it together, and I'm going to show you guys my method of sewing this together. I'm not going to take you through me sewing everything, but I will show you where I sew everything. So you're going to tie a string onto the corner. Once you have that string tied to the 2 squares, you're going to pull up a loop and then do 1 single crochet. You're going to have 2 squares. You're going to go into the back loop and the front loop of each square and then slip stitch. So I'll show you that again. You have these 2 little lips right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to go in the center in the back loop and then go through the front loop of the second square, and you're going to slip stitch. So I'll show you that again. Through the back loop and the front loop, and then slip stitch. And you're going to do that for every single stitch. Just go in the back and the front, slip stitch, back and the front, slip stitch. And you're going to do this for all the way around this whole entire skirt, and then we'll meet back up together. Hello, I am back. I have finished the round, so all I did was from the back, I just crocheted all the way around the centerpiece, and then when I got to the very back, I crocheted up to all the way. Here's the little opening part, and here's where we started. So I just crocheted all the way to where we started. And now what I'm gonna do, now that I've made it here, I'm gonna crochet down, crochet across, and I guess crochet up. I'm just gonna do this little piece right here, and then we'll move on. So pretty much I'm here, so I'm gonna crochet down, crochet across, and crochet up, and intact this back strap. All right, I'm so sorry for this slightly messy production. This is what happens when you crochet off the dome, because I'm not following a pattern, I'm just making it up as I go. That is the fun in making art. So now, getting back to the skirt and how I finished it off. Now, what I started by doing is I went all the way around and I crocheted all the way around the skirt so that the squares would be held together. Then essentially what I did was I started just finding a way to crochet up, over, down, over, up, over, and then I had the whole body of the skirt done. The first part that I did after I finished the skirt itself was I started working on the bottom. And unfortunately, I did not record this for you guys. What I did was, for the first layer of the skirt, once it's all pieced together, find a place to tie in your yarn and do a single crochet around the whole entire bottom of the skirt. In each corner, because you're gonna go and put 1 single crochet in every single stitch. Then when you get to the corner, what I did was I did 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then I put my hook through the one corner, pulled through a loop, went through the second corner, pulled up a loop, and essentially made like a half double crochet between the 2, which helped make them 1 stitch together and also just held the squares together. And that's where I was able to end up putting my scallops. So then once I had done the half double crochet to get them into the corner together, the next one that I did was a half double crochet again and then a single crochet. That's just to like fill in the corner. So then there's essentially 3 because every corner has 3. So for a recap, single crochet, half double crochet, kind of conjoining the 2 corners, another half double crochet and a single crochet before you start your single crochets atop your 3 clusters. I hope that made sense. So you do your single crochets all the way around except in the corner where you do those 3 little half double crochets. I just felt it worked better for the pattern for me. If you want to just do a single crochet, I'm sure you could do that. Crochet is very forgiving. Now moving on. When you are working with the scallop, I actually think I found my little tail right here. Perfect. So I'm just going to give you a little overview on the scallop pattern, okay? because it's going to be a little hard to explain, or it's going to be a little hard to show you considering I'm not crocheting it. So if you already know how to do the scallop pattern, awesome. Just click the little forward button and skip through this part. If you don't know how to do the scallop pattern, essentially, once you have finished your whole row of single crochets, you're going to slip stitch into the first chain around the first original single crochet. Sorry, I'm not the best with crochet terminology. I'm doing my best over here. So you're going to slip stitch into your first chain and you're going to chain 1. Then what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and you're going to do a double crochet 3 stitches from your original chain. So you're going to chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, and then in the third one, you're going to do 6 double crochets. That's going to create that scallop effect. So once you do 6 double crochets in the same stitch, then you're going to do it again, 1, 2. In the third stitch, you're going to single crochet. Then you're going to start the pattern over again. 1, 2, 3. From your single crochet, 6 double crochets in 1 stitch. Then count 3 again. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. I'm sorry I didn't record that for you guys. I was worried that I was gonna have to take the whole skirt apart again. I didn't wanna do that. That's the gist of the bottom. You're gonna go and you're gonna do single crochets around the whole bottom, and then you're gonna do the scallop, which is essentially chain 1, skip 3, 6 double crochets in 1 stitch, skip 3, single crochet, skip 3, 6 double crochets, skip 3, single crochet. I sound like a broken record. I hope you get it. It works in my brain. If you need like a scallop tutorial walkthrough, I would be happy to make a whole video dedicated to how I do that and the different types of scallops you can do because there's so many. Now moving on to the top portion. When I got to the top portion of the skirt, I went ahead and I did a half double crochet around the whole entire skirt because I wanted to kind of make it a little bit taller so that it could sit on her hips. So the first thing that I had to do was, because they were all going to be just stitches from the square, I wanted it to have a more clean edge for me to work on. So that's why I went around with a half double crochet, which adds a little bit more layer to the whole entire waistband. Then what I did was for the next row, I decreased the hips a little bit because I wanted to take in the hips just a little bit. So what I did was I did a half double crochet, decrease, half double crochet, decrease, and I did that all the way around the hips. And then after that, made this little square portion. Now to make the square portion, what you're gonna do is once you are on your next row, you slip stitched into the final one, you're gonna chain 3. And what that is, you're gonna chain 4. Because what that is, it's gonna be a double crochet and then 1 over top. And then when you do your double crochet, it's going to come down and make this fun little pattern. So chain 4, skip a stitch, double crochet. And then once you double crochet, chain 1, and then skip a stitch, and then double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch. So you're gonna be like skipping a stitch every one, and then the little chain 1 is gonna be right above the stitch that you skipped, and then your double crochet. So you'll have your chain 4, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And that's how you're gonna make that little box. That's how you're gonna make the little box effect. And then for your next row, you're gonna do a half double crochet all the way around, and that's going to make a very clean rim for you. And then when you're done, you can slip stitch into the back and you have a skirt now, pieced together and beautiful. After that, I went ahead and I crocheted a little belt, and essentially all I did was I just chained it as long as I wanted, and then I did a half double crochet down it. And I really like the way that half double crochets look whenever you're doing a chain or a belt of some sort, because for me, I like it. It's a little bit stretchy, and I also just think it feels better. Like the smaller the string, the more it can like cut your skin. So I feel like when it's like a little bit thicker, it just kind of feels better on your skin. So that is how I finished the skirt. I did change it up a little bit, but that is okay. And now the next portion of this video is we are going to be making this top together. This portion of the video goes a lot smoother. Let's get into the next part of this video and crochet the top to finish out this outfit. Moving on to the next portion of this project, we're going to be making a bralette. So I went ahead and made myself one first just because I had to play with the pattern a little bit. So this is the pattern that I came to make, and I'm using a smaller hook. I'm using a 3.5 hook, and you're going to start with a magic circle. So starting with your magic circle, you're going to pull up a loop and chain 1. After this, you're going to be doing single crochets inside of the magic circle, and you're going to be putting 12 of these single crochets in the magic circle. And then once you get back around the row, you are going to do a slip stitch. With your white yarn, you're going to pull it through the yellow yarn. And in the other tutorial that I had looked at and tagged below, they cut the yarn with the yellow. But what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it through and then I'm chaining up 3. And then we're going to go into the first stitch. You're going to yarn over and then pull up a loop and then pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through, and then pull through 2. And then you're going to only have 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 3. You're going to chain 2, and then in the next stitch you can see that sometimes it can get hid behind the petals, so pay attention to that. You're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2. But what you want is you want 3 of these chains. So you're going to yarn over again, pull up a loop, pull through 2 until you have a total of 4 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through all of them. From here, you are going to chain 2 again. And this is what you're going to do around the whole entire flower. You're going to end up with a total of 12 petals. So make sure you have the right amount of stitches so that you can have the right amount of petals. It's going to be the same exact pattern. You're just going to do it 3 times, 3 chains into each stitch, and then you're going to chain 2 and repeat the pattern until you get to the end of the flower. Once you get to the end of the flower, you are going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain that you first did whenever you started. And then from here, we're going to start making the cups. So the first color I'm going to be using is purple. On the other top, you can see in the back, I used red. And so right next to where I tied off the white yarn, I'm going to tie on my next color, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm literally just going to tie a knot and make it tight. Then from here, I'm taking my hook and I am pulling up a loop and I am chaining only 2. And once you have chained 2, you're going to yarn over and you're going to go into the same opening and you're going to do a half double crochet. So you're going to pull through all of the loops and you're going to do another half double crochet into the very same opening. And the reason I did this was because I wanted to make it a little bit smaller because I didn't want a giant top. So next you're going to yarn over and you're going to go into the next space and you're going to do 3 half double crochets again. Once you have done 2 clusters of 3 half double crochets, you're going to do 1 more. And so what my rule of thumb is I did 3 and then a corner, 3 and then a corner. And then that's how I was able to make the triangle shape. So I'm going to be finishing off this section with 1 last half double crochet. So that's my 3 clusters. Now for this one, I'm going to start with 3 half double crochets just like I did in the other ones. Except once I'm done with that, I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to go back into the same hole and I'm going to do 3 half double crochets. So I just chained 3. Now I'm yarning over and going in, and I'm going to make 3 half double crochets, and that is going to be the one of the corners or the tip of my top. It doesn't really matter. I normally like to put the string at the bottom. So once you have finished your corner and you've done your 3 half double crochets, chain 3, 3 half double crochets, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the next open space and you're going to do 3 half double crochets, and that is going to be one cluster. So go ahead and make 3 half double crochets in the next 3 sections. Once you have made it all the way around, you can take a look and you can see I have 1, 2, 3 clusters a corner, and then 1, 2, 3 clusters a corner, 1, 2, 3 clusters, and then a corner. And when you make it all the way around, you're going to go into the second chain and you're going to do a slip stitch. Then from here, you're going to cut off your yarn and then grab your other yarn. Now with your next color yarn, you're going to take the yarn and you're going to pull it through your last loop, and then you're going to tighten your original color, and then you're going to chain 2. Now, because we are on the outer edge of the chain 3 cluster, we're going to go into the next hole and we're going to do 3 half double crochets. This round's going to be a little bit easier because you'll know once you get to the corner, you're going to put a corner where there's a corner, and where there's not a corner, you're just going to do your 3 half double crochets. After you have done your 3 half double crochet clusters, you're going to go into the corner, and I'm going to show you guys the corner one more time. So I am going to do 3 half double crochets. And then once I do the 3 half double crochets, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and then doing another 3 half double crochets. Once you have finished your last corner, you're going to go into your very last space and you're going to do 2 half double crochets. And then in your original chain 2, you're going to slip stitch onto the second chain, or sometimes I'll go right into the very first top of the stitch. And then from here, you will cut your yarn and lace in your next color. Just like we did for the other few colors, I'm going to pull through the next color and tighten the previous color, and then I'm going to chain 2. And because we are right on the last cluster, we're going to do 3 half double crochets immediately within the open space that is right there. And then you're just going to repeat the pattern. You're going to do 3 half double crochet clusters into every space until you get to the corner, and in the corner, you know the drill, 3 half double crochets, chain 3, 3 half double crochets. Once you have made it all the way around with your green, in your last little section, you're going to go in with your 3 half double crochets, and then I am going to walk you through the next step for the final color that I'll be doing. So finishing off with the last half double crochet and then going into the second chain 2 and then making a little slip stitch, cutting the yarn, and then taking your next color and pulling it through. And then from here, you're going to chain 2 and you're going to skip into the next open space. Oh, I did 3 there, but I fix it in a different clip. So ignore what I did on camera and only chain 2. Okay, I went back and corrected it. And so after I chained 2, I'm going into the next space, and then I'm going to be doing the 3 half double crochets into this cluster. Again, we're just going to be repeating the pattern, doing 3 clusters into every single space, and then doing the corner, which is 3 half double crochets, chain 3, 3 half double crochets, and that will be the end of this type of pattern for this cup. Walking you through my next steps, what I did was I took a corner of the top and I chained about 75, and then I did a half double crochet all the way back. So now I have made it to the end and I'm going to be doing a half double crochet right here. After your half double crochet, you're going to go back into the corner and you're going to make a single crochet. Then you're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the 3rd stitch, you're going to make 6 double crochets. And what this is going to do is this is going to create the scallop effect, and this is the same exact pattern that I did around the skirt. So this is the 3rd double crochet. Now we're going to go in with about 3 more. And then you're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the 3rd stitch from the stitch where we did 6 double crochets, you are going to do a single crochet. And what this tends to do and look like is it's basically going to be the chain that is in between each of your 3 clusters. So when I come to my little tail here, it's kind of hard to find a stitch, so I just go directly into that space, and I'm going to be putting my 6 double crochets in here. And then once I finish my 6 double crochets, I'm going to skip 2 chains, and in the 3rd chain, which should be in between the clusters, I'm going to do a single crochet. So it'll be single crochet, skip 2, 6 double crochet, skip 2, single crochet. And that is going to be the pattern around the whole entire top. Once you have made it across the very first cup, what you're going to do is in the corner, you're going to do a single crochet, and then you're going to grab your other cup and make sure the little string is facing upwards so that you know that that is the bottom. I'm going to go through and put my hook through the corner, and I'm going to pull through a loop and make a single crochet attaching the 2 tops. From here, we're going to be going into the center of the 2 clusters, and we're going to be doing 6 double crochets in this little stitch, and then after that we're going to skip 2, and in the 3rd stitch we're going to make a single crochet, and we're going to repeat until the end of this cup. And then once I was done, I chained about 70 to 75. I did 2 single crochets in the corner, and then so I did 1 single crochet and then 1 half double crochet, and then I chained 70 to 75, and then on the way back I am doing half double crochets all the way along the straps, which is going to make it a little bit stretchy and super comfy for the wearer. Okay, and once we have made it down with our half double crochets, we're going to do a single crochet into the corner. And then you can see that we are going to skip into the 3rd chain, and we're going to be doing our 6 double crochets once again. Once we're done with that, into the next little cluster space, we're going to do our single crochet. And then when we get to the top corner, which is going to be the top of our top, or the top of our triangle on our top, we're going to crochet anywhere from 75 to 85, just depending on how many you want. You could also do more, you could also do less, whatever works best for you. And then I'm going to do half double crochets all the way down. Okay friends, we have finally made it to the end of the video, and this is the final outfit. I'm going to be taking it to my friend Ashley in the next couple of days, and I'm going to have her try it on, and hopefully it fits her perfectly. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to get to all of them and to explain whatever it is that you are having trouble with as in depth as possible as I can. Anyways, thank you so much for being here through this trial and error vlog of making a custom crochet outfit. When you're making custom crochet for every body, sometimes it takes a little bit of reworking and experimental crochet. So this is your reminder to not be afraid to try something different and to mix it up a little bit. If you guys liked this video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment letting me know your favorite part. If you have any critiques or edits for me or things that I could do better in the future, I am so open to constructive criticism and I would love to hear from you guys. Have such a great day, and until next time.